Welcome back, everyone. It's John, Wade Boggs fan. I was reminded yet again earlier this week of just the continued trend of the sports card market, of prices continuing to go up and up. Not that I was predicting it slowing down at all or whatever, but just another reminder of the strength of the sports card market. I belong to a couple Facebook groups, and one of them, I think it had to do with vintage cards, and someone posted a question that, again, I'm not sure if they're not really into vintage or whatever, but they I guess were looking at the 1980 Topps Ricky Henderson rookie and posted a question of, so why are Ricky Henderson rookie cards just shooting up in price? And, there were some standard responses of supply and demand. It's a vintage rookie card and so on and so on. But the reason why I bring this up is not to comment on any of their comments or do another comment about what's going on. But about 3 months ago, end of November of last year, I purchased a 1980 Topps Ricky Henderson in a PSA 8. And honestly, I bought it and haven't really checked on the price. I bought it, I have it, and I moved on to other things. It didn't concern me what the value, whether it was going up or down, wasn't important to me because I'm not looking to sell it. So I'm like, okay, so if he says, why are Henderson cards going up in value so much, and I hadn't checked in about 3 months. So I went on to PSA's website. I don't know how up to date it is. It seems to be fairly current and accurate on sale prices. So again, back on November 27th, I purchased my PSA 8 copy for $200. And at the time, that was the going rate. Maybe around that 200 to 210, somewhere around there. And even that was higher than, if you go back maybe a month or two before that, they were maybe at 175, 160 or whatever. And again, at the time, looked like the prices were shooting up, and oh geez, it's $200. Am I overpaying? Well, I bought it. And again, was happy with my purchase, set it aside, went on my way with some other purchases and so on. So I went back to PSA's, I used their app. So I put in 1980 Topps Ricky Henderson in a PSA 8. The last 10 sales, and there have been PSA 8s selling at least like once a day for a while, so there's a lot of data. And so these last 10 sales have maybe happened over the last week to 10 days. Okay. The average sale price over the last 10 days, $665. Since the end of November, that's a 232% increase from what I bought my card for. In 3 months. Gone from a $200 card to over $650. And I think this is, part of the frustration. I think, Joey, don't call my wax junk. He did a video the other day, and it wasn't like a rant or anything like that, but it was sort of, he was starting to come to the realization that maybe there are certain cards, I think he mentioned Hank Aaron rookie, that just may be out of his reach, even in really low, beat up conditions. And not to say that a 1980 Topps Ricky Henderson would be one of those cards for me now that if I really wanted one now, I couldn't get one because, again, I bought an 8. I spent extra to get that higher grade because of it's a 1980 Topps Ricky Henderson rookie. Okay. Now, if I wanted to go out and buy a Henderson rookie now, a PSA 8, no way. It's just nope. $650 plus, no. Not that I couldn't scrounge around and save up if I really, really wanted to, yeah. But as just part of an ongoing, collection, at this point, I don't know what 6s and 7s are going for, but I would probably be down around a 6. And again, there may be a very nice, clean copy of a 6 out there that would suit me fine. But just interesting. Again, I didn't care. I mean, if the PSA 8, I looked back 3 months from when I purchased it and it was $150. Yeah, for a second I would be like, yeah, okay. I overpaid. Maybe the market is correcting, and I'd move on. So again, I think that's my attitude. A $200 card today just may be a $600 card 3, 4, 5 months from now. So anyway, with that, I actually do have some cards to show off. I have a couple Boggs cards. I have a Phil Niekro, Nolan Ryan, and I have some Yaz. So I'm going to turn the camera around and let's check out some of those cards. All right, going to start off with some Wade Boggs pickups. Nothing big. The first one is an art card. I've showed off some art cards in the past. This one is in the design of 1988 Topps, but of course has him riding on the horse after winning the 96 World Series. There is the back. Pretty much looks like the original back from the 1988 Topps card. They did a very good job in reproducing that, but of course not meant to be an actual 88 Topps card because he was not with the Yankees in 88. But anyway, nice small little inexpensive addition to the collection. So the next two are from the new 2021 Series 1. And I have to say I have a complaint with one of them, and I'm not blaming the seller. I think this was maybe done as a pre-sale and he got what he got and whatever. I bought both these cards from the same seller. Very cheap. I paid, man, shipping was cheap. The cards were cheap. Shipping arrived on time. I have no issue with the seller. But anyway, here's the first one, and it's the Platinum Players die cuts. Pretty neat card in the die cut of a 7 and a 0. This is the base. There are some parallel colored versions, but right now I just have the base, and there is the back of it. Okay, pretty neat card. However, the next one is the Topps doubleheaders. Now, Topps is, of course, celebrating 70 years of making cards. And after 70 years, you would think that your quality control would be such that you don't produce cards like this that are so off-center. Now, again, I don't submit these cards for grading. I'm not looking to pull 10s from every pack. And again, I'm not going to put this on the seller of, hey, you sent me a card that was off-centered and blah, blah, blah. But Topps, really? There's the front. Obviously has his reproduction rookie card on the front and his last Topps card from 2020 on the back. You can see even on the back, I mean, this extends. This was, I don't know. I'm very disappointed with this. I'm probably going to buy another one just so I have just again, I don't normally get hung up on when I pick up a card for my Boggs collection, if it's perfectly centered or the corners are crisp. But this is just so obvious that, come on, it's 2021 and you guys still haven't perfected making cards that don't come out extremely off center like this. It's very disappointing to say the least. But again, I may be out at the most like $2 on that card. I think I can handle it and go out and buy another one, but still it's a little frustrating. All right, so let's move on. I have 3, well, technically 2 vintage and 1 not so vintage, but first one, I mentioned that I picked up a Phil Niekro and Nolan Ryan. They just happen to be on the same card, and it's the 1978 Topps Strikeout Leaders in a PSA 8. So a little bit, well, in looking here, left to right, here top to bottom, slightly off, but hey, it looks like a nice, again, with these 78s, man, you're liable, and I've seen a lot, you get the ink smudges and stuff like this down here or up here. This is pretty clean for that. The back is, fine. It's left to right's good, top to bottom, but don't care so much about the back. The front is a nice clean copy, so there's one more closer to me completing my 1978 Topps run of PSA cards. And last 2, I have some 2 Carl Yastrzemskis. The first one is a really nice 76 in an 8. Nice looking copy there. Fairly well centered top to bottom, left to right. Again, these 76s sometimes have some smearing down here. I've seen some roll marks on certain cards, up and down. Maybe not as much issues as 78s, but anyway, there's a nice clean 1976 Carl Yastrzemski. So I'm starting a little run of Carl here. I have 76, missing 77, but then I have through 1980. And so I'm thinking of wanting to do maybe a little bit of a Carl Yastrzemski run, all-time great Red Sox player. And to that extent, I bought a 1981 Fleer in a 9. I love that pose of him. Starting to be toward the end of his career. Almost reminds me of the 1954 Bowman Ted Williams. Just sort of having that smile and that portrait pose there or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, there is the back, pretty well centered again. I'm not going to be going after, worrying about 10s. 9s are fine, even maybe an 8 depending. But I may extend his run and do the Flair and Donruss and Topps through 83. I think maybe there's an 84 commemorative or something like that last year. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see if something pops up that may go after and try to do a little bit more of a Carl Yastrzemski run. So the last thing I wanted to mention and get your feedback in the comments if you've had this. I normally buy most of my cards on eBay, and I think one time, maybe twice, I went through and I was told that Four Sharp Corners is a good website for graded cards. They have some specials sometimes, and while they do list things on eBay, if you get it from their website, of course, you may be able to save on tax or whatever that eBay would charge. Anyway, like I said, I ordered from them a couple times, and yeah, was satisfied every time. But I won. They actually had some auctions on eBay. Usually, if they put something on eBay, it's a buy it now. But this was February 7th. I won 4 cards off of them. It was some set break that they were listing a bunch, and they had them as auctions. Now, I I don't know if the fact that they were auctions, that if Four Sharp Corners didn't have the cards in hand or what, I'm not sure. But I won the auctions on February 7th. Paid for them February 8th. And the 8th, I think, was a Monday or Tuesday. It is the 19th, and the cards are still not marked as even being shipped. They're in Massachusetts. I'm in Pennsylvania. I sent them 2 messages via eBay asking, when my cards are actually going to get shipped. So have you had any experience, any of you that deal with Four Sharp Corners, are they having some temporary issues with staffing or getting cards out in the mail? Again, up to this point, I've heard great things about them. And I think they have decent prices on their website and stuff, but I don't know. I'm not sure if it's just a temporary glitch or what, but would it be interested in knowing if any of you have had some recent experience with Four Sharp Corners and have had some delays in them getting the cards shipped out. So anyway, yep, let's start wrapping this video up with some trivia. We have a quote and then a new trivia question. So the quote that I had in my previous video was, "Baseball is the only field of endeavor where a man can succeed 3 times out of 10 and be considered a good performer." Who said it? And for those who responded, I believe all of you may have gotten it right. And the answer is Ted Williams. Yes, the splendid Splinter. Yeah, it is amazing. 3 times out of 10, and all else being equal, you have a very good career. And everything else that you do in life, if you fail 7 times out of 10, you're not doing so well. But anyway, so let's move on to a regular trivia question to wrap up this video. The question for this video is, Trevor Bauer will look to repeat as the NL Cy Young Award winner with a new team. Only one pitcher in history has ever won back-to-back Cy Youngs with different teams. Who is he? It's not a newer player. It's not an old-timer. It's somewhere in there. Well, anyway, I think most of you will get this one, but of course I will have the answer in my next video. So that's all I have for you guys. Hope you enjoy the weekend. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.